Alright, everybody, welcome back to episode 49 of the local to global run as TNA Wrestling. Didn't want to click on that. Couple of things to start off. Number one, we made money last month. Hip hip hurrah. Number two, we are 6 popularity points away from achieving medium size, which would be a definite step up from where we have been. Coming up soon, we are going to have an upgrade to our merchandise standards. That won't be in this episode, will be in the next one. So we'll see how that affects a couple of things. Now, we are bringing in a brand new championship. I figured it was probably time to bring it in. We have the Full Metal Mayhem contract, which is the money in the bank of this universe. We have the Tag Team Championships that created back in 2004. We have the brand new one, the United States Championship. Here is how this title is going to work. Anytime we run a television show or event in the land of the United States, the title must be defended. It is a version of the television championship. Just to try and add something new. Also, in game, this would be if in real life it'd be like, yeah, the best wrestler of the company did this open challenge thing, and that probably directly caused problems because got hurt, out for 8 months. So we're gonna make a brand new title, and this is gonna be something where people that don't normally get featured are going to be able to wrestle for this title while we have other titles like the X Division in the world that are going to be higher up the card. So, we're going to have a tournament. I actually had it all made, and then it went and unmade itself. It's going to be an 8-person tournament, and it's going to have... Oh, God. Let's put Bobby Roode on one side. Then we're going to go put Jimmy Rave in the other side of that bracket. Let's put in Nigel McGuinness. Who the hell am I going to put in with Sean Stasiak on the B side. A side, we're going to go Michael Shane on the A. On the B side, ooh, let's actually put Russ Haas in there. And then on the A side, ooh, who else did I have? You see, this is why I like having things made already. Oh, Lance Cade, that's right. And who's going to be the final participant? Hector Garza, why not? Oh, and this is going to be the U.S. Championship tournament. Or tourney, I'm just going to put that down. Bam, there we go. And that's going to be the overarching thread of this entire month. Because our next pay-per-view is, if I click on it, Genesis at the very, very tail end of the month. Yeah, so that's the plan there. I'm going to be booking some more storylines because essentially the Vision and the Coalition thing is done. I suppose the remnants of the Vision are going to be doing things, so I guess we'll keep it going for another month, see how that goes. But I'm looking forward to this month. I think we'll probably make more money than we did in the previous month. Despite both the economy and the wrestling industry falling, I think we're going to be in good hands. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go book the show, and I'll see you back in just a minute. Alright, here we are. TNA Explosion number 51, held in front of 1,200 people in the Southeast. We have Jeff Jarrett coming out, and he announces the new TNA United States Championship belt, and a tournament of which will be done for the whole month, with the finals being done at Genesis. Stipulations for the belt are anytime TNA has a televised event on American soil, the title will be defended there. Along with that, people who win the title, if they defend it 15 times, they can vacate the title and challenge for the X Division Championship. At which point, another tournament will happen to determine the new United States champion, and so on and so forth. So that way there's an incentivized thing when one of the lower card guys, the recognizable, unimportant guys, win this title. Hopefully by the time they get to 15, their popularity will be high enough to where they'll be in like the well-known area. Maybe, hoping against hope, they'll be in the star area, which will work a little bit better. This way they get a winning streak, they can challenge, they can go up to a different division, and the idea is that should be hard. It should be difficult to win 15 times. So, we will see how that transpires. First match in the tournament is Bobby Roode versus Jimmy Rave. Jimmy Rave was one of the people who it's like, oh hey, go ahead, vote at home. Who do you think is going to win the tournament? And Jimmy Rave got no votes, and Bobby Roode wasn't even on the thing, and Bobby Roode kills him. 51 segment rating. Bobby Roode advances in the U.S. Championship tournament. We then followed up with a promo by him and his manager trying to put himself over. That didn't go too great, but all's well that ends well. We then followed up with a match that did better than I was expecting. It did worse than what I was expecting, but I wasn't prepared for the pretty good chemistry bit. Nigel McGuinness defeated Sean Stasiak in a alright match, I think, all things considered. He went with a quick roll-up to defeat Sean Stasiak and advance in through the tournament. Good chemistry. Stasiak actually had a pretty good in-ring performance. Better than Nigel McGuinness, and I don't think I would have assumed that. We cut to, Sean Stasiak's pissed. He leaves. Nigel McGuinness gets interviewed by AJ Styles, putting himself over. He does a better job of that than Bobby Roode did. We then follow that up with a tag team match. Motor City Machine Guns taking on Elix Skipper and Low Key. The Motor City Machine Guns win, a 56 rating. Low Key had the best rating. Alex Shelley had the worst. And we move on to the penultimate segment of the night. The main event is the Coalition versus the Vision. From the Coalition side, you have CM Punk, Jarrett, and Sting, as shown here. So they're having a little bit of a pep talk before their match. On the other side, you have Russ Haas, John Cena, and Kip Montana. And they haven't been seen. So it's like, are they even going to be here? The answer is yes, they are. Oh! Oh, no. Oh. Okay, so John Cena just got a herniated spinal disc. Oh. Uh-huh. John Cena sustained a badly herniated spinal disc. The rest of the show will have to be rebooked. No shit. I'm just gonna delete that segment if I can. Can I delete that segment? Yes, I can. We're just gonna finish the show. We still got a 65. Oh, first AJ, and now John Cena will be unavailable for booking, but he'll be back in November, and we can get him surgery, so we'll see how that goes. I find it amazing. I just want to take a moment. When AJ Styles tore his rotator cuff, he was going to be out for a full year. John Cena herniates a spinal disc. He'll be back 50 days earlier than Styles would have after a torn rotator cuff. And we lost $8,000. But we gained some popularity points, so it's all good in the end. It's really not. Oh. Hi, Ricky Morton. Are you the spinal disc fairy? Are you gonna grant me good things? Uh, oh! Hi, Christian. It's Christian. We did that for the 300,000 people. He is likely to be out injured for over a year. Hold on, that's not what it said before. Oh, high risk. Fuck. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ah, God. We send it. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. So, God, this sucks. That's it. That's the tweet. Oh, oh, that's bad. Ah, ah, ha, 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 ha. Ah. Ah, well, at least he's not fatigued. I think, I think that may be the end. I, I don't know if he's going to come back from that. And if he does come back from that, I don't know at what level he's going to be at. He's out for a year and then some. I shouldn't have fucked with it. That added half a year onto that. Oh. Okay, well. Ah. Uh, ha, 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 ha. Boy, when it rains, it fucking pours, don't it? Uh, Christian, can we bring you in? No. Well, great. Just absolutely wonderful. All right, we're back. For TNA Explosion number 52, held in front of 1,451 people in the Tennessee State Fairgrounds Sports Arena. We start off the show with Punk and Styles, the other two pillars of TNA, coming out to wish John Cena a speedy recovery, despite their differences, despite their wars in just the last year. They they want him to come back and they want him to be all right. 75. We followed that up. A very good match. Lance Cade versus Hector Garza. Lance Cade is able to defeat him and move on in the championship tournament. We then cut to the back where Tomko is very angrily watching the monitor, and the camera pans out to show the rest of the vision there. Dwayne says, "All right, we're going to need to call an audible because Cena was the guy I wanted. Montana, you're up." So Montana will fight CM Punk tonight in a number one contenders match to take on Brock Lesnar. We then move on to... Okay, well, I skipped past that by accident. It was a Michael Shane versus Russ Haas match. Michael Shane beats Russ Haas, I think. Hold on, did I fuck? Oh, no, I screwed that up. That shouldn't have happened. Okay, I... Ignore that. That didn't happen. We got a little carried away. Bob Holly versus Matt Morgan. 50 segment rating. They just come out and have a big Haas fight. Just beating the hell out of each other. Bob Holly wins. Kevin Steen and Scott D'Amore have a promo time together. And then He gets beat by a quick roll-up by Takashi Iizuka and wins, effectively beating the X Division champion. We'll see how that plays out in the next couple of weeks. CM Punk versus Kit Montana promo. Punk comes out to the ring first, begins to go to promo. Montana comes out. They have War of Wars before they go off into a match that Kit Montana wins. He is now the new #1 contender, a 69. How is that show better than the previous show? And we made money. What the hell is going on here? I don't... And we've got popularity points. Okay. I'm still flustered. I'm still very flustered by the John Cena debacle. That was definitely not what I wanted. What the hell is going on here? Is there a new, like, promotion? What the hell is VPWA? Oh, Vanguard Pro Wrestling Association. Oh, yeah, this thing just got made. It is based out of Puerto Rico. Is it women's wrestling? They've hired exclusively women. Is it Modern Throwback? I don't know how this company's gonna last. Ed Ferrara is the booker. Oh God. Oof. Alright. View profile. What is your product? Are you just like a women's wrestling thing? Faces and heels. Evolving. It doesn't say. Not that I can see anyway, but then again, I might be blind. So, congratulations on you lucky ladies. You have now got a promotion to go to. I've done a couple things. Number one, forgot to mention this at the start. I looked ahead. I turned this off. Picture requirement for new workers off. Because I went and looked at the beginning of the year. And from here on out, only 15 new workers were going to be around. And most of them were after 2015. So, to try and get some new blood in there and see if we can get anything going, turn that off to bring in some new workers. And the first one is here. It is Sean Butler. He is 6'9" and 370 pounds. I am 100% having him try to get into better shape, and I am sending him down to our developmental for him to learn. On top of that, we signed Matt Hardy, so there's that. I've also got a couple other offers out. We're bringing in Petey Williams, Mike Awesome, Ray Traylor, and Rob Conway. Because it cut to that scene from Moneyball. What the fuck? Okay. Cut to that scene in Moneyball where it's like, oh well, we can't bring back Giambi, but we can recreate him in the aggregate. Yeah, this is my aggregate right here. Get a good look at it. That's how dire of a strait we're in. Styles is now went from ripped to toned, which makes sense. He's injured. He can't work out. New Japan's and WCW. What in God's name? Nobody wanted this guy, and then nobody wanted him. I went to offer him a contract. Now everybody's offering him Noah, All Japan, HWA. I don't know who that is. So we're not getting him. MLPW. What? How is their offer being legitimately considered and ours isn't? You have a better offer from another company. Fuck off, Petey. No, you do not. Is an ongoing handshake deal. Okay, I'll just wait for that you to accept that one and then give you one anyway. Jesus, okay, so... Okay, so New Jersey is coming in to swoop in. I think I'm going to have to go kill another company. And Rob Conway is going to WCW. Okay. So we got Matt Hardy. That's about it. Oh my god. Is this God's way of getting back at me for doing the Day of Reckoning video? Because that's about what it feels like. Alright, everybody, welcome to TNA Explosion number 53, held in front of 1,478 people in the Tennessee State Fairground Sports Arena. The show opens up, you have the pyro, and then it cuts to the back where we see the Macho Man standing, and he begins to speak. "Oh yeah, that's right. There's now a hole at the top, and as I've always said, the cream rises to the top. Oh yeah. And now the Macho Man is coming back, and he's coming for your ass." And so after, that's the promo, and it's like, what is that? Macho Man's coming out of retirement. After last week's show, I was like, I need to do something, because my original plan was to bring in Mike Awesome, Ray Traylor, Rob Conway, high popularity guys who could come in and do some matches, make up for the fact John Cena died. And then they all got hired. So I tried looking elsewhere. Matt Hardy isn't going to be here for another month. Not that the other guys would have been here any earlier, but I'm sitting here thinking, oh god, what am I going to do? I went and asked Dwayne, do you want to come out of retirement? He said no. And I was like, well, I got Brett, Mick, and Randy. Well, let me go ask all of them. Brett said no, Mick said no, Randy said yes. So Randy's out. There's one problem, though. When I made the contract with him, it specifically said, will never include in-ring work. Which means, even though, like, yeah, Randy could wrestle, he can't. Because it's not in his contract. So I'm waiting on the new contract, which should be done before next week. And I was paying him like $800 a show before. I'm now paying him $5,000 a show. So we'll see how that works out. Probably won't at all. But we got Randy now, and he's 80 popularity. So we'll see how that goes. We then go to a really good match. We're in the semifinals of the U.S. Championship Tournament. Russ Haas versus Lance Cade. Lance Cade beats him with a diving elbow drop after the match. The segment that happened last week, by accident, was meant to happen this week, and it is Dwayne getting beat, or Russ after getting beat by Lance Cade. Dwayne comes out, hits him with the rock bottom, and kicks him out of the Vision. That's that, and now the Vision is down to Rikishi, Kit Montana, and Tomko. I believe that's it. We then followed up with a match between Nigel McGuinness and Bobby Roode, and Nigel McGuinness wins in an awful match. This was not good at all. Segment rating of 40, but we've got our finals. Nigel McGuinness versus Lance Cade at Genesis. We then followed up with a promo. AJ Styles comes back into the ring, interviews him again. Nigel McGuinness and AJ Styles did pretty good, 67 segment rating. We then followed up with a Motor City Machine Guns self-hype promo before their match. They go out and they fight El Generico, and Bobby Roode pulls a double duty tonight and gets beat. Kevin Steen and Kit Montana, the heel team. The main event tonight was Champion Challenger versus Champion Challenger. Kevin Steen, being the X Division champion, tags up with the World Heavyweight Championship challenger Kit Montana, and their match against Brock Lesnar and Takashi Iizuka. Kit Montana defeats their team, or the team of Montana and Steen beats Lesnar and Iizuka. Montana pinning Iizuka, and then after the match, Lesnar attacks everybody because he's pissed. And that is the end of the show. 68 overall. Financial report, we made 25 grand, and we gained some more popularity bips. That's always nice. Oh, I'm still reeling from the John Cena injury. It wasn't just the John Cena injury. It was 7. Who the hell is 7? Oh, is that Kevin Thorne? I didn't know his name in this was 7, but alright, I disagree. I feel like they just made this. I guess not. Samu, Forgotten. Uh, my awesome bid ends. You're figuring, hey, 316,000. Where was I? Yeah, I'm still reeling from that. I was already reeling from the AJ Styles thing from when he got hurt. But then it was like, I got plans. I could still do this. I got Punk and Cena still. Well, then Cena got hurt. Cena got hurt. And now I am kind of twisting in the wind because that was my plan. So yeah, we're 5 away. Shockingly doing all right in the financial department for now. We'll see how that continues. I'll meet you when I'm done with the next show. Alright, here we are. TNA Explosion number 54, held in front of 1,400 people because I hit the wrong button when booking the venue. We have Randy Savage in his return match, just trying to see if he had any ring rust on him. He comes out, hits a diving elbow drop, and beats Shark Boy in just over 5 minutes. A 60 in-ring performance. That's actually a lot better of an in-ring performance than I was expecting out of him. We then followed it up. That's on the pre-show. I didn't want it to air. I wanted to make sure he wasn't rusty. We then followed up with a weird 6-man tag. Carino, Holly, and Mark Magnus versus Maven, Charlie Haas, and Hector Garza. The winning team is Bob Holly's team when he hits Hector Garza with the Holocaust. Thank you, watcher who explained that yes, he did use a Falcon Arrow. It was called the Holocaust. And in fact, he debuted the move on the same night Owen Hart died. Didn't know that. Now I do. That makes you really look at the name they gave it and cringe, I guess. We've then followed up with a promo between the tag team champions and one half of the U.S. Championship Finals. Cutting a promo, putting themselves over. We then go to the match, which did a lot better than I expected. Lance Cade was easily the best guy in the match. James Storm pins Alex Shelley with the super kick, and that is not a good look for the challengers going into the pay-per-view. After the match, we cut to the back. AJ Styles, who ran all the way up to the back, didn't actually do that. Cuts a promo or interviews Kevin Steen, and Kevin Steen and him have a good promo. We then followed up with a kind of like a warm-up match, Kit Montana versus Bobby Roode. Montana wins a 59. We then followed up with, as Montana goes to leave, out comes Brock Lesnar, Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette speaking on behalf of Jim Cornette, but Brock's charisma is so bad, even just standing there, he got knocked. He then goes out, has a match against Simon Diamond, and kills him. Hits him with a shooting star press just to ultra kill him. As Brock Lesnar is, raising the belt in the air, being his one hand has the belt in it, the other hand is being raised up by Jim Cornette. Montana comes out from the back, hits him from behind. They get into a bit of a brawl, and that's how the show ends. A 65. We lost $7,000. I'm fine with that. We gained bips everywhere except the Southeast, which is where I want them the most. Geza Coleman? I'm assuming that's how you pronounce that. William Regal, bidding war. Ah, shit. Everyone's kicking off for Will now. Alright, so, because here's what happened. New Japan made an offer for a touring contract. So he's just going to come around, do a couple dates, so on and so forth. All Japan jumped in. WCW jumped in. And Noah jumped in. I, however, cannot jump in as much as I want to try and bring him in. That is just not meant to be. So he's going to be probably gone for another couple years before I get another shot at bringing him in. We're sitting at negative $10,000 on that size. Just the one bip in the Southeast. Merch. Cena is falling. Randy is coming back up. Randy's actually selling more. Oh, Randy's selling more merch as an active wrestler than as a off-screen wrestler, which makes me wonder if I were able to get Dwayne to be an active wrestler, how much more money would he make me? I'd probably lose him like immediately because he's still at like 90 in all of his stuff. All right, it is now time for Genesis. I'll see you when it's over. Before I get to that, I didn't want to get to this screen. Before I get to that, there are a couple things I wanted to point out. Here we go. Hired a couple more prospects, in quotation marks, new wrestlers that came in, and Sterling James Keenan. Great, good charisma, good all-around mic performance stuff, and good physical fundamental. I think giving him time to work on his other stats will be beneficial. Along with that, a couple of the new wrestlers I signed were Melissa Harris, who is not great in the ring, but has phenomenal mic skills. Even if she doesn't I'm bringing her down here to see if she can develop some of her wrestling skills. If not, we can fall back on this and have like a backstage interviewer, kind of in the style of Goldilocks back in old TNA. So that's kind of where I'm thinking for that. And then the other person I hired was Larry Caron, and already he's doing better. That was a 60 when I hired him. It's a 61 now. In fact, I can't even really look and see how he's progressed because this is the first month he's ever existed. And he already got a lot of popularity. How in the hell did he pull that one off? Because, again, yeah, they started at 0, so he must have been in a match. He was in 2 matches. 2 matches in the last 2 weeks. He won one? I did send some people down. Chris Mordetsky, one of them. Cody Rhodes, another. I sent down Joe During. Ken Anderson. Who else? Am I blind? And The Miz. And MVP. So those are all the guys I sent down at the time, and the new wrestlers that I have. So just wanted to share that with you before I forgot. Alright, here we are at Genesis 2008, held in front of 6,600 people in the Sudeth Coliseum in New Orleans. We start off the night, pyro goes off, we welcome everybody in, and before much else can happen, we get word that something's happening in the back. We cut to the back, and Team Canada is kicking the hell out of Takashi Iizuka, leaving him down in a broken heap. The return of P.D. Williams is here. He actually hits a Canadian Destroyer in the back. Very dangerous spot. As a result, he is seemingly taken out of the match. We then go to the opener match of the night. It is Bob Holly taking on Charlie Haas. Haas puts up a great performance and fights hard, but gets beat by the Falcon Arrow. Bob Holly wins. We then cut to the back where Jeff Jarrett is kind of frazzled. He's trying to figure out who is going to take the spot of Takashi in the X Division Championship match, and eventually runs into Chris Hero, who is given the opportunity. We then head off to into the next match, which is Samoa Joe taking on Hayabusa, which Samoa Joe is able to win a 65 segment rating. We've followed up with the U.S. Championship Tournament Finals. The promo between the two gets a 62, and that should not have been there. The match between the two gets a 51. With a pretty good match, all things considered. The segment didn't meet up to it. Nigel McGuinness has won the U.S. title after interference from Tomko. It looked as though Lance Cade could have won, but Tomko interfered, costing him the match and the championship. After this match, we have 2 segments happening back-to-back. Lance Cade goes out, and he and Tomko fight it out before eventually Tomko is able to take out one of Lance Cade's knee and run away. Part 2 is Nigel McGuinness and AJ Styles having a promo. AJ being like, hey man, you did it. Nigel getting the new title, which I think looks dope. And then we move on to the next segment, which should have been CM Punk and Sting hyping up their tag match against Fatu and a mystery opponent. Originally, potentially was going to be John Cena. Russ Haas got kicked out. Batista has a match later. He's not in the Vision anymore, but I just figured I'd mention that. And we cut to... Oh, speaking of Batista, number one contenders match, Batista versus Randy Savage. Winner gets a number one contender shot at whoever wins the World Heavyweight title match tonight. And Batista loses. Randy Savage beats Batista with a diving elbow drop. He is now the number one contender. We cut to the ring. Kevin Steen comes out. Chris Hero comes out. Kevin Steen comes out. And before their match starts, Takashi Iizuka trudges out despite being hurt. Jeff Jarrett decides to make it a triple threat match, which Kevin Steen is able to win, hitting an injured Takashi Iizuka with a package piledriver and gets the pinfall, a 60-segment rating. We then move on to the other half of that promo. Fatu's in the back. He's getting ready for the match. Dwayne comes up to him. Fatu asks, "Do you know who my partner's going to be?" And Dwayne says, "It's Matt Morgan." Matt Morgan comes out with Fatu. Sting and Punk come out together. Punk is wearing Surfer Sting face paint as they go into the match. I have a very hard time believing that is how this match finished. Getting Rikishi to agree to take a pedigree off the top rope, I feel like would be the bigger story of this match. Regardless, Punk carried this match and it gets a 66 rating. We then follow it up with tag team promos. The challengers and the champions go back and forth talking about what the title means to them. We then go to the match, at which point America's Most Wanted retains, hitting Chris Sabin with the death sentence and keeping Alex Shelley out of the ring and unable to break it up. Defense number one for the tag team champions and a 57 segment rating. We then follow that up with the penultimate promo of the night, Brock Lesnar and Kip Montana, before they head out and have an okay match. I'm fine with that. Brock Lesnar beats Kip Montana, hits him with a shooting star press, and wins a 67 and a 70 rating. We take those. Address the locker room. I'm going to give this one to CM Punk, Brock Lesnar, and this is going to be a hard one because I'm kind of Samoa Joe. We're going to give it to Samoa Joe. Having the other best match of the night. They all seem pleased. We made 84 grand out of that. That's sweet. Still didn't get no bips in the Southeast, but we got bips a lot of everywhere else though. 33 and 33 in Great Lakes and Midwest. Hawaii goes up to 22. Most of Canada went up. All of England went up. Most of Mexico went up. And everywhere else has got some bips. That is what you want to see. It's Josh Prohibition. He has a big-ass forehead. And a big nose. Small eyes, big nose, big forehead. William Regal got signed by WCW and he got hurt. Just a minor injury, nothing too bad. There is a 5-star match, though, which was Rey Mysterio beating Chris Benoit. I believe that. Oh, alright, we had 33,000 people watch the show, and I am in the fight of my life, trying to... Oh, we signed ECMO. Oh, sweet, hell yeah. Alright. Come on down, Umaga. And now I'm also trying to sign Nick Densmore. If you want to know why I want to sign Nick Densmore, let me go show you. It's very simple, really. You see, his popularity is pretty good, all things considered. His stats are phenomenal outside of microphone. So I'm 100% trying to bring him in here. On that same page, we now have ECMO, who I am 100% changing to Umaga. Welcome to the newest member of the Vision. His brawling is great. He's got good stats. Everywhere else, his technical isn't great, but then again, that's not why I'm bringing him in. I am looking forward to that. That is a boon. And we have one more show before the end of the month. We are making money. It remains to be seen whether or not we'll make more money than the previous month, but we'll just have to see. Until then, I'm going to see you when I'm done with the next show. Alright, here we are. Final show of the month of January. Number 55, held in front of 1,558 people at the Tennessee State Fairgrounds Sports Arena. We start off the night with a match between Bob Holly and Maven that ends in a double count out. While outside the ring, the referee begins the count. Haas runs in and attacks Holly, and at the same time, Carino attacks Maven. This leads to both men being counted out. You could also have them be double disqualified, whatever one you want. Ending is the same. And we move on to the next segment, which is just the Motor City Machine Guns cutting a promo, talking about the pay-per-view, talking about improving themselves, so on and so forth. They're in their plain clothes because they're not wrestling tonight. We then follow it up with the first TNA United States Championship title defense against Christian York. Nigel McGuinness is able to win a 53 segment rating. And the first ever defense. We then go to the back. Sting cuts a promo. Apparently it was really bad. And then he goes out and has a match against Samoa Joe. They have a back and forth until Samoa Joe punts Sting right in the nuts. And he is disqualified. He starts to attack Sting before eventually leaving. We then go to the penultimate promo. It is Brock Lesnar against the Macho Man. Yeah. In preparation for their match, which actually did better than I had anticipated. Punk comes out to help Savage, and Mitsuharu Misawa was there, so he came out too. Randy Savage hits Brock Lesnar with the diving elbow drop and beats him straight up. Not only is he the #1 contender, he has a pinfall victory over the world champ. We will see how that goes after the match. Lesnar is stunned, Misawa leaves, and Punk and Savage are celebrating in the ring. That will end the show off a 68. We lost $4,000, that's fine, and we gained 1 BIP in Puerto Rico. And that should end off the month on a pretty good note. Going into the next one, I believe, is Against All Odds. Oh, don't mind if he thinks you're too small. Nick Densmore goes back to WWE. Benoit. Oh, Dwayne Johnson had something to say about Christian York. He doesn't connect with the fans. You should write him off. That's probably fair. Yeah, I want to bring in Benoit. All kidding aside, he's phenomenal. He's got really bad head problems, which shouldn't surprise anybody. He's at a 91 and he's being let go. If we could finagle him, I'd be very happy. I think that would put us into like the next level of what we are able to do. So that's my eventual hope. Can't hire anybody else right now. We're in this weird limbo spot. We're sitting at about 64 grand. We're in this weird limbo where we're good enough to get the talent that everybody else doesn't want, but when it comes down to oof. Did he get fired? No, but he's getting close. I'll put him on the short list. We'll see how that goes. But when it comes to like, they're leaving home. Oh, what the hell? The wrestling media is buzzing today after allegations that TNA is really a front for a sinister cult who worship an ancient goat god. Inside information was leaked to the press by an unnamed source, and while it has yet to be verified, the promotion is likely to be damaged by the story. A spokesman denied the story and said that it was likely a malicious slur dreamed up by a rival company. Wow, okay. We still ended up first. Benoit's going to the WWE. Well, there goes that. I was hopeful. Anything else? Brother Love staying with WWE. Kenny Omega had the match of the night. Let me go see how that promotion is doing. It did not make me money. I know that much at least. Spent 18 grand on something. I don't know. I went and looked at their production, and it should not have been doing that. How many... Can I look at your show history, please? I'm, like, desperately trying to see. Yeah, so you ran... Oh, you ran 7 shows. Yeah, 7 shows. Well, based on my math that I did before, it should cost about, based on the level of production that they're at, it should be about $500 per show, meaning they should have cost about $3,500, which is about what they were doing back in December. So I don't know why the hell that jumped up so much, but it's fine. We're able to foot the bill, I believe, if we look here. Yeah, we still made 44 grand. Lot of money being lost to the developmental. That's fine. We'll deal with that as we go along. Size, we got 1 BIP in the southeast. Hopefully that goes up more. Merchandise is coming up. Mick Foley is doing the same. So is The Rock. Savage is making 12 grand now. Sting jumped up to 3rd. He wasn't 3rd before. Kit Montana is at 7. Brock is at 9. Ow. Along with that, we've got Punk, who's in 6th, and Cena, who fell off because he got hurt, still in 5th. Merchandise will jump up 1 more level here in about a week or 2, and that is where we're going to end off today. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all again in the next episode. See you later.